Although parents don't teach their children to speak, they do perform an important role by talking to their children. Children who are never spoken to will not acquire language. And the language must be used for interaction with the child, for example. A child who regularly hears language on the TV or radio but nowhere else will not learn to talk. This just improves his or her listening.
Children acquire language through interaction not only with their parents and other adults, but also with other children. All normal children who grow up in normal households, surrounded by conversation, will acquire the language that is being used around them. And it is just as easy for a child to acquire 2 or more languages at the same time, as long as they are regularly interacting with speakers of those languages.
While parents speak to their children, the brain working on the behind scene trying to link all of the simple vocabulary, intonations, repetition, questions, shapes, colors, and reactions in block. And save this block trying to create another block and so on, and when he hears something related with his saved blocks at any time, he will recall it immediately without any effort or time.
The baby will begin making vowel sounds starting with a, e, and oo. Then, the baby starts to produce strings of consonant vowel pairs like boo and a. In this stage, the child is playing around with the sounds of speech and sorting out the sounds that are important for making words in his or her language from the sounds that aren't. Many parents hear a child in this stage produce a combination like mama or dada, and excitedly declare that the child has uttered his or her first word, even though the child probably didn't attach any meaning to the word.
So, in our method you have to listen and repeat the words even if you don't understand the meaning of these words. Then, the child will actually begin to utter single words with meaning. These are always content words like pie, cat, eat, and run, never function words like and, the, or of. Then, the child will begin putting 2 words together to make sentences like cat run. A little later on, the child may produce longer sentences that lack function words, such as big cat run fast. At this point, all that's left to add are the function words, some different sentence forms, pronouns, and the more complex sound combinations. By the time the child enters kindergarten, he or she will have acquired the vast majority of the rules and sounds of the language. After this, it's just a matter of combining the different sentence types in new ways and adding new words to his or her vocabulary.
So, we're going to follow the sequence of learning English to improve listening, speaking, reading and writing, and finally speak like a native speaker. So, have fun and let's get started.